Hello, everyone. This is Liz from Knowledge Return. Remember, this is a space where we talk about energy and spirituality as a part of our normal everyday experience. Today, the topic is emotions. When I say the word emotions, what are some of the thoughts that come to mind? Women, children, crying, sensitive people. Do you feel that this has a negative connotation, a feeling or thought when you think about emotions? Now let's take a moment to list a few words that actually describe emotions. Happy, sad, joy, anger, surprise, fear. When you think of the words that describe emotions, do you have any gender associated with them? In the English language, they do not. Yet we are led to believe that it is women that are the emotional beings. So that we are on the same page, I want to change the narrative and say that humans are emotional beings. And having emotions is actually a good thing. Being able to express, balance, and regulate your emotions is even better. Before I get into why emotions are actually a critical component to our human experience, I want us to understand the need to embrace our emotions. So often in our society, certain narratives on emotions are pushed on us or attributed to one gender or another. I don't think we realize how much this is indoctrination versus just being human. When you are told over and over that it's okay for girls and women to express their happiness, joy, and sadness with tears and laughter, and on the other hand say that boys and men are not supposed to express themselves in the same manner. In this way of thinking, a limit is placed on a human in how they can naturally express themselves. The same example can be said that when boys and men are not encouraged to express their emotions in tears, they in turn suppress their emotions. When they suppress their emotions and are not given the tools and examples to express and talk about what they're feeling and thinking, this can result in hostile, angry, and repressed people. This way of living is accepted by our society. That's actually sad. Even though we see this behavior as expressing emotions of anger has proven to be a detriment to society, we still don't encourage boys and men to release their emotions by talking through them, thinking through them, or expressing them in a non-threatening way. Because we experience this level of aggression over and over, and we don't change. We can see that this is indoctrination to the point of societal acceptance versus the natural human way. We accept the way women and men express their emotions as women being women or men being men, when in fact, this is just society dictating, teaching, and reinforcing behavior through family, media, social organizations, and government. How do we know that we're being indoctrinated to express ourselves based on gender to be true? Other than being told that these narratives throughout our lives in lived experience, just look at children. Children express themselves with a range of human emotions. Yes, boys and girls. However, there's a point in their lives where they will begin to get conditioned in how to express their emotions. Have you ever heard boys don't cry, or girls or ladies don't raise their voice? Yet, when they are children, they are able to express their emotions in all the ways they know how. As a society, instead of controlling the behaviors of children based on their gender, we should be teaching our children how to manage and balance their emotions and not to suppress them. We should teach our children how to see the situations they find themselves in, and if there's a negative emotion associated with it, learn healthy ways to handle that situation and their emotions. There's always a lesson. Sometimes we need to learn lessons to establish boundaries so people don't take advantage of us. Sometimes we need to learn lessons on how to have empathy for others. Sometimes we have to learn lessons on how to find peace within ourselves. Sometimes we need to learn lessons on how to be courageous. In the end, the lesson is not to dismiss or diminish the emotion. It is to understand why we feel that way. One of our life lessons is to learn how to become masters of our emotions. Again, this is not about suppressing our emotions. It's about understanding, managing, and knowing when and how to use them. This is so important because our emotion is a key factor in how we manifest in this world. It's a key factor in what and how we bring things into our existence to experience in our life. So emotions are very critical to have and experience as a human. We should be okay to express them no matter who we are. We should also learn how to express them in a way that does not put ourselves or anyone else in danger. When our emotions are not balanced, some of us could be existing in the extremes of our emotions. We could walk around very angry and anything could trigger our rage. And we could be overly sensitive and any comment could trigger us to cry. These are extremes, but this is the balance we all have to experience, learn, and navigate. We need safe places to express our emotions. As we seek safe spaces and safe people, we need to also learn how to be a safe person and how to create a safe space for others to express themselves. We need to remember and foster the concept of reciprocity, the idea of giving and receiving. This goes hand in hand with expressing ourselves because in being receptive to someone, we in turn create opportunities for someone to be receptive to us. It is a great balance in the duality of our nature. What also comes with the healthy balance of give and receive is trust. When we are in an environment that encourages us to express ourselves, teaches us how to understand our emotions and situations, and teaches us how to create a space for others to express themselves, we begin to foster environments of trust. In these spaces, we not only get to express our emotions, we learn to be a listening ear and to share and care without repercussions. All in all, we learn how to be a balanced human. In the future, we could start to see more and more people freely expressing themselves, balancing their emotions, being comfortable sharing thoughts and feelings, and creating safe spaces and trusting spaces for others to share their thoughts and feelings. This would be a different world. It would be a world that we would want to live in. We would feel safe and comfortable. We could be our true and authentic self as we express in this human form.